You know, when you open your phone, you're like so excited to see someone's content. Like there's that one person, that one account that you're like, yay, they posted again. That's me with a lot of accounts I follow. Now, there's one influencer in particular on TikTok who I really like to follow. And remember how in last episode I said, you know, there's two reasons we follow people. One, because we relate to them, or two, because they make us want to be a better version of ourselves, or we feel like they'll help us be a better version of ourselves. I mean, at the end of the day, that's marketing. We're buying better versions of ourselves, right? So this creator in particular makes me want to be a better mom, all that stuff. She shares a lot about her lifestyle. She's just a influencer. Anyway, I saw a comment on one of her TikToks months ago, and I literally took a screenshot and I put it on every single training and masterclass I ever do when I do team trainings, because it's now the last slide I share. And it just says, "This account is my comfort. I can't explain it." And the creator obviously wrote back and was like, "Thank you so much, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, that's it. That's it. To create good content and create content that keeps people coming back, because that's the trick, right? We don't want them to just follow us and disappear. We want them engaged in our community. So when the content gives them a feeling, right? For hers, it gives a feeling of comfort. We are on social media. We are scrolling because we are looking for some sort of relief, comic relief, a sigh of relief, or relief because I just learned this awesome tip that's going to make my life better. Even if it's as simple as a cool trick to store your crock pot. You guys, again, we've been talking a lot about that, right? The simpler, the better. Little things are going to help us more because we can take it and run with it and feel capable. But again, back to the influencer, that comment stuck with me so much. And I'm like, well, what's my account to people? I really stopped to think about it. I'm like, if someone were to write on my reel or carousel post and say, "This account is my blank," what would that be? And I really took a long time to think about it. And I still think about it. Often people have told me I'm a breath of fresh air, which always, first of all, I don't take compliments well. I get really red, but it just makes me so happy, right? I just know I want people to feel relief. So because I know there's so much noise out there. So that's why I keep showing up, is because I want to make sure people know they do not have to give up their entire life and spend it on social media to grow their business. So I guess mine would be something about a sweet relief, marketing therapy. But there is one thing that I get told that literally makes my heart just burst. And that is that they feel, one, capable again, and that they're having fun with social media, right? So I see a lot of people going, "Oh, I can't get followers." I'm like, well, why do you think people want to follow you? And they're always like, I'm like, well, we got to start there. You have to know why your person is going to tap follow, because that will help you make better content, right? When I have a piece of content fail and not do as well, I kind of have a benchmark for my reels. And if they don't go over a certain benchmark, I'm like, well, whoops. And then I figure out why. And I can always figure out why. If you just kind of spend time on something, you're like, well, there's where I missed the mark. Or look at the comments. I mean, maybe there was something missing, or it just, again, didn't resonate, because good content just is content that resonates. So that's something you can do. Look at the comments. And then again, I'll just tweak it and reshare it. And then it normally does better. But I really have to think about, why are people following me? What is my account to someone? And that's something that you should be doing too. Is like, what is your account to someone? What is the feeling you want people to get when they come across your content? What is the feeling you want them to get when they search your name and find you and start binge watching? What is that feeling? And again, even if you sell jewelry, even if you sell candles, even if you are a plumber, there's a feeling of relief that we have someone in our back pocket if something were to happen, right? It's a relief that I finally found a candle that won't aggravate my allergies. I don't know, isn't toxic. It's a relief. Or I'm so excited to add to cart because I've been looking for a necklace that did XYZ or doesn't tarnish or whatever that is, right? Because I get a lot of people going, well, I just sell this, da, da, da. I'm like, though, we buy things for emotional reasons very often. So there are little tiny emotional reasons that we might be buying things, buying better versions of ourselves, etc. Okay. So anyway, back to it. Good content. When you know what your person really needs, it's going to change everything for you. Because there's definitely been times I have pushed posts as a test. Do they care about this? And guess what? Usually they're like, no, we don't. And the engagement will be awful. And I'm like, well, noted. So you also have to be game to fail. You have to be game to try, test, and tweak. It's okay. Detach yourself from the outcome of your content. Again, people are like, It was good. Well, it wasn't good for that audience that you have. It wasn't good for this platform. I mean, if I share something on TikTok, it could go bananas. I could share the same thing on Instagram and it could be crickets. Again, why do people follow your Instagram versus your TikTok versus your whatever? They could be different audiences. That's not always the case, but it often is. The culture over on TikTok is very different. It's very no rules, throw it all out the window, just talk to the camera type of vibe, right? Instagram, obviously, it's very different. They're all different. They all have different, we all open those platforms for different needs and we have a different mindset when we open those. That's, again, I'm going on a tangent with that. But again, if you're struggling with reach, engagement, you want to go viral and you just can't, what are they opening their phone and thinking about? What do they want to send to the group chat? What do they want to send to their friends? Right? I just started playing pickleball with friends and I mean, now it's like all we do is send pickleball TikTok videos of like tips and outfits and of course pickleball humor. And I know darn well that these companies are like, what do people want to know? And they've probably done research, right? So think about what's Nike doing? What are all the big companies doing? They're doing research. They're making sure that what they're sharing will speak to their people and resonate. And fun fact about Nike, did you know with their Just Do It campaign, and I think it started in the 80s, it was like the first marketing campaign from a sports brand that infused storytelling. And we all know how that went, right? And they figured out that their people want more stories. They want athlete stories. They want to get to know their athletes on a personal level. So why is your person picking up their phone right now? What time of day is it for them? Actually, let me talk about time of day real quick. Let's talk about best time to post. There is none. Okay. But I will say I try, like if it is a Friday, I typically try to post something kind of funny and lighthearted because I know at the end of the week, we're kind of like, and then on Sunday, Mondays, I'll typically post something kind of more inspirational, light. And then on Tuesday, Wednesdays, I'll post a little more heavy content because I feel like we're not heavy, but again, something that they got to really sit and take in because we're kind of in like educational mode, wanting to get all the info mode, wanting to take on the world mode. And then again, times a day, I post in the morning, I post in the evening, I post in the afternoon, whenever it is convenient for me. My rule of thumb always has been, it's best to post, ideally, if this is possible for you, it's best to post when you're able to be on the app. Now, does that mean you can't schedule? Heck no. Schedule away. Do what works for you. But I like to be there for at least the first few comments to reply to some people and things like that. So, but as time of day, there's no rhyme or reason. The only time I would change that tip is if you're a hyper local business, like you're a coffee shop in your own city. Like obviously you probably want to post in the morning before people are going to get their coffee type of thing. But I've posted all different times a day. I don't really have a pattern. They say, people have said, Instagram has said they watch the patterns. That could be true. But again, if it's good content, it doesn't matter if you post it at 2 a.m. That thing is going. So if your content's good, you don't have to worry about, I do not worry about the time. I used to back in the day. Oh my gosh. I was like, I got to post at 3 o'clock because that's when my people are active. That's what insights say. Now I'm like, what? I posted the other day at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night and it went bananas. I've posted at 9 a.m. and it's done well. So again, know your people. You can always look at your insights to see when your people are most active if you're curious. Good content's going to do well no matter what. So, and as you now know, content doesn't have to be anything crazy. So again, to help you create good content, that's another thing I want you to start doing is when you pick up your phone, ask yourself what they would like to see. What's a quick tip you can share? What's a funny joke you can tell them? What's a little pep talk or reassurance you can give them? And that is it for now. Until next time, go create something awesome. Mwah.